この程
Here we go!
度で僕に勝てると思ってる脳みそに
Hey everyone, we are Chotto Latte. My name's Aviv.
Marie?
And today we are back with more JJK. Marie, what time is it in JJK? Do you remember?
8:30.
1 p.m. That's
Yes,
right. 8:30 freaking 1 p.m. And what happens at 8:30 1 p.m., Marie?
What do you mean what happened?
You know what happens?
Things started.
Things started, and who came? Who arrived? That's right.
Gojo.
Gojo arrived at 8:31 p.m. to Shibuya. And
Of course 8:31.
we know what's gonna happen. We're not ready for this shit, but
I'm not ready for this.
we're about to get into it. So, are we ready to get into this or what?
Chotto Latte.
Get your lattes, guys, and join us because we are about to start
Ooh.
Shibuya incident in JJK. We can't wait. Let's go.
Let's go. Wow. Look at the many people.
Typical Halloween Shibuya.
This is
right?
so real.
It's very realistic.
Yeah.
And I love how they're going into the details, like showing the costumes
This
too.
is so real.
Yes!
同じ一般秘術師を閉じ込める帳が降りてるのか
So he's got to analyze the situation,
Yep.
figure out what exactly is going on.
Oh my. That girl should be happy.
なるほど。
となく狙いは分かったかな乗ってやるよ
Oui oui!
バックアップとか
渋谷に行くんだよ。
Let's go!
彼をその辺の男と同レベルで考えてはいけないよ。
思ってもないことを姉様がめでているのは家族ではなく
Does he have no grade associated with him? He's just oui oui.
Yeah.
そういうところ。
They're really dragging this out compared to the manga, right?
They did a great job for this.
Still going! In the manga, it's like one little
I
panel.
know, right?
明治神宮前駅に渋谷と同様の帳が降り、
That's like a 25-minute
私
walk,
たちはそ
bro.
ちらに向かう。
Yeah, right?
It's pretty far.
pretty far.
Aoyama
It's pretty-
Cemetery to
Yeah.
Meiji-Jingumae.
ついておいで。
And they gotta go way the fuck underground.
Yep.
Yeah! Let's go!
Wow.
E5.
It's so like deep down. Like this platform, you remember?
Yeah.
I'm getting sweat.
これで負けたら言い訳できないよ
Right?
初めての言い訳は考えてきたか
Let's go! We're in it!
Show.
地下鉄の駅全体を覆う一般人を
Yeah, so they're explaining how the veil works and how there's like two of them, I think.
真のホームじゃなくて、おそらくですが、自分も外に出るデメリットを抱え
This
て
kind of confused me in the manga. So is that where like Geto is standing?
帳の間に
Like between the barriers?
改造された人間
Fucking Mahito, man. He knows! He knows!
He knew now.
He knows and he's ready to fucking black flash his ass. Oui oui. Mei oui oui. Or is it Mei? I always get the names mixed up.
skill.
Yo.
何してんの
It's kind of same as Makima, right?
視覚を共有しています
Yeah.
集中力のいる作
I don't really know what Makima does for sure.
別にいいよ、喋っても。
いいって
Oh.
と強い呪霊を一体払うの。どっちがいい？
Second one.
For sure.
まあ君の場合、
See?
ここの駅地下ね。沿っているの
What
が
is this,
地下
Donkey
4
Kong?
階。
It's like Mario vs. Donkey Kong level?
It's simple.
地下5階には入れなかった。
Mm.
地下に逃げるしかない一般人を
I like when they do this.
地下1階と地下2階。
Mm.
やばくなったら、だが欲を言えば
This part's way longer than in the manga too.
Yeah.
Much more detailed.
Yeah.
Like her breaking down the game plan.
目的が判明していてほしい。
大丈夫だよ、メイさん。
Please, Yuji, don't lose.
Oh my god.
You can't lose, bro. Wow, they're getting right into this.
Yeah.
They've skipped stuff. Like, they totally changed
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's creepy.
何見てんだよ。
The twitching hand, too.
So real.
お前呪術師だろ。
顔の呪霊が来てるだろ。
鍵
のことだ。
バカにするな。それくらい知ってる。
できるけどね。
こいつが帳なんだかな。
Yeah, right.
わかる。
Nice! Let's go, Yuji! Damn. That was just a normal punch, too.
どいつもこいつも。
Oh.
Finally, we can see Yuji back in action. I'm so
お
pumped.
前賢くないな。賢くないやつ。
あ？バッタの呪いだろ？
It's true. It's so extra.
こいつ賢いぞ。
Oh, so he is. He's clever. This is all like anime original, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
妨害バッタの
Yeah, like this.
バッタの成虫愛を食べ総量1トンの
Yeah,
I
right.
hate bugs.
Yeah.
2500人分の食料消費
That's crazy, right?
異様な咀嚼
1,500.
ケーパネとアゴ。
Yeah. Jaw is insane.
It's super creepy.
Yeah. It's the biggest nightmare for me.
Giant insects.
Yeah. Chasing
Bodybuilding
you.
insects.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're so lucky insects are small.
逃げてばっかりだ。
Shut up.
俺は
賢いって言わん。
Yep.
Yes.
I love how they always give it like a stupid sounding voice
Yeah.
too when they're like
Right?
think that they're smart. Yuji's a fucking animal.
勝つ勝負だ。日本腕。
Okay. What is this, Dragon Ball now?
Oh. Street Fighters.
Damn.
The Street Fighters does that.
人間より俺の方が優れている。なのに
Yuji's different.
He like punch that thing and not like hit the teeth or something, you know? You're like sticking out.
Because he's too strong.
Yes. I love when they cue this song. You know it's
It's a
always
classic.
hype.
Yeah. For JJK.
Ooh.
やっぱり俺の方が
Oh.
そのため腹部は伸縮し
We don't need to know all that shit.
Yeah. It's so funny that they explain even like on the.
俺の勝ち。
Ooh.
筆は埋まらないが
This guy's fodder for Yuji, you know? Oui Oui!
Let's go, Wee Wee.
虎杖君を待って地下5階に向
I know, praying for
Yeah.
Grasshopper too.
正直にもう十分一級レベルだよ。
Ah, they skipped the whole fight with Gojo and
草壁以来じゃないかな。
Jogo and them. They're supposed to be fighting before this.
Was it before this?
Yeah.
こうはいかなかったよ。
姫様からの方より素直に受け取りなさい。
あざっす、光栄です。
使ったかな。
おい、そこの人。
ここの人間全員殺すなら。
Oh.
五条悟が一わかるか。
Hard.
Were they at a playground in the manga? I don't
No.
remember that. They weren't, right?
No.
So creepy.
No.
彼の前では基本足に下の非術師で。
Yeah, that's the whole strategy, right?
This scene is totally original for sure.
No, it's not.
No. It was a level. No, it wasn't. It wasn't on
I'm
manga.
like 99%.
No, it was
sure.
like Geto walking. Up.
I'll show you.
ダンプみたいなもんぶつかったらこの状況では五条悟はただ守りに徹するしか
My mind is there.
非術師を領域にせざるを得ない
This is so important. This is like current manga stuff right now.
これを集中性攻略非
You better get away.
Shojiki なんだこの
Here we go.
程度で僕に勝てると思ってる脳みそに
20分は欲しい私と極
Oh. Slowly but surely, the plan is.
Getting there.
They're getting. Yeah, it's going according to plan.
I read so many times though, because this plan is so complicated. Like so many skills like involved. Like this works, that's why you can do this, or you know, if you
Right.
do this, like you shouldn't do that. It's
Right.
like difficult, and the name is difficult too.
What name?
Each like name.
Name of what? The techniques?
Yeah.
Like domain amplification.
Yeah.
And
Like I read so many times because for me it's all kanji, so I have to like read so many times.
right. Mhm.
It's not simple.
All right. Yeah, that was a great episode. Once again, we got a little bit of technicalities there that we just kind of
A lot.
want to. Yeah, I mean,
That was a lot.
I don't want to get too much into the weeds because
Yeah.
that's when people kind of get really confused. And for me, like it's also quite confused. It is a confusing concept. I mean,
Same for me.
even as manga readers, we're limited to the extent of what the manga has told us, which is very similar to what we know in the anime. Of course, a lot of these concepts are elaborated on way further out in later fights, and you know they go over them in Shibuya arc more in the Culling game, which is the
Yeah.
next arc. But the one that I want to talk about just briefly is domain amplification. That's the technique that you know Hanami and Jogo used together when they were trying to punch Gojo. Yeah, so when they both had the, you know, yeah. And basically what they were trying to do was get Gojo to deactivate or for them to nullify his curse technique, his infinity.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what domain amplification does. So the user basically can not activate their curse technique when there's a domain amplification. And also the opponent that they're targeting cannot, when they hit them with domain amplification, they also cannot activate their curse technique, from my understanding. Domain amplification is somewhere between a simple domain and a domain expansion. So it doesn't use as much curse energy as domain expansion, but it's a little bit more, I guess, advanced. I don't know if advanced is the right word, but it requires more curse energy than a simple domain, right? And the way they described it in the anime and the manga, kind of like water surrounding you. So I think they've used these analogies a lot in Jujutsu Kaisen. You know, there's that whole kind of concept of like curse energy being like water flowing around the user, right? And, you know, even when characters like, you know, Yuji uses his black flash, right? Or when he activates that curse energy and focuses it around his fist, which we saw in that episode, like it almost looks like water that's kind of flowing there, right? So that's, I guess, one good analogy for it. But not to get too much into the weeds, I think that's kind of the essential stuff to know about domain amplification. Also, there was some, of course, anime original content that we saw.
I feel like this episode was a lot compared to past few episodes.
Agreed. And this episode as well, what I thought was interesting was they changed kind of the order of events.
Yeah.
You know, because Shibuya arc is an arc where they're jumping back and forth from different perspectives, right? Like we have
different parts.
how many go ahead. We have how many characters in this arc, right? Like 30 or so, right?
Yeah, we didn't even see all of them yet.
Exactly. In groups of like, you know, 4 or 5, whatever, that it's kind of like fluctuating. You know, they're changing spots and, you know, One is in Hikarie in Shibuya. One is in Meiji-Jingu, right? One's near Shibuya Stream or like whatever, right? They're all kind of dispersed, and I think the way that they showed things this episode was quite different in the manga. So, for example, in the manga, they showed that whole fight with Gojo and Hanami and Jogo and Choso, who is also... God, all the names are so damn similar. Name vomit. But they showed that before the fight with Yuji and the grasshopper curse. But in the anime, they kind of switched it around. So they showed Yuji fighting the grasshopper first, went through all that, showed Mahito as well. Which that was at the end. That was like at the very end of everything. And then they went to, the Gojo's perspective and kind of that whole
platform,
fight.
At the station.
But other than that, I would say like the fight and like what they showed in the fighting was like pretty much 1-to-1 from what they showed in the manga, from my recollection. I guess there was something, right?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that the anime didn't keep the issue.
Yeah.
But that move actually killed a bunch of people on the manga. That was pretty bunch of people on the platform.
I remember that.
And Gojo couldn't really protect. So that scene was not on the show. So that was really a surprise. That move like straight up went to Gojo and he blocked it, right?
Yeah, I remember that actually. And when Choso used, I forgot what the technique is called. It's like blood expansion or something like that.
Shoot, right?
Yeah,
like shooting.
He shoots the blood. He shoots blood.
Yeah.
And like basically can control it and turn it into like a bullet essentially,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
He used that technique. Now, I hope we're not spoiling this. It could be. It could be in the next episode, but the order of events, it should have happened already, right? In the manga, it would have happened already. But he used that technique and he like sliced off some like civilians like heads, right? Like sliced it in half.
Like half.
Yeah, the manga was, so this is quite gory already. There's a lot of blood, but
maybe
I would say in the manga so far, maybe it was a little bit more, right? They maybe toned it down because this is obviously on TV in Japan.
After Yuji fight and he killed Curse, and he was praying.
Yeah.
To the curse. I don't think that was specific for Curse. I think the people who died because the curse ate it, right?
Oh, that's a good point because I thought that he felt bad.
I think also too because that curse was human before, right? So felt bad about because Mahito made him like that. So for sure felt bad about it. It's like a Junpei situation, It wasn't like a human's like option or they wanted to be cursed. Just Mahito did that to them and the curse ate many people already.
Right. And that's so Yuji. I mean, it's great that they showed that because like...
So that wasn't on manga.
Yeah.
They did anime original. That was like really...
Just showing the kind of character that Yuji is, right? Yeah. That's great that they did that. Also, one thing I noticed, that whole scene where like Geto was explaining to Jogo at the playground.
Yeah.
He was like, he was explaining how, the Gojo has the advantage when he's like alone, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I want to say I don't know exactly how he knows that, but obviously in the past Gojo's past arc, what he did to Toji and stuff, right? Like that makes sense. But yeah, so that they were not in the playground, I guess, in the manga, right?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like the kid, Mahito jumping around, like frolicking with the kids and stuff. Yeah,
that was a curse too, like sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
That was very creepy, yeah.
That was really anime original too.
Yeah. And then the bubbles, so you were right. I get they showed Geto like blowing into like that thing that blows bubbles, but I don't know if they showed like all the bubbles and stuff and like the kids popping the bubbles.
Exactly. That was like they expanded for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like that huge bubble, you remember? Like he was like making a big one and a small one like around.
Yeah.
I kind of like that represents Gojo and like a normal like.
Good point.
For Geto,
Good point. Yeah, and he was talking about like how Gojo is
like-
going to have
yeah.
to limit himself because he's surrounded by all these humans, right?
Yeah, it's like a little bubbles like sticking around the big one.
Yeah, that's another thing that we should touch on in short, because like there's so many different technicalities with kind of like how curse techniques work and how domain amplification works, and good to keep in mind that, you know, Gojo is kind of holding himself back to an extent because there's a lot of civilians, right? And he like it's a game of strategy right now.
Yeah.
They're playing a game of chess, right? Like you need to be able to know like, oh, okay, if I do this, they can activate this, and then not only will that be disadvantageous to me, but then they'll probably kill some civilians, right? And so Gojo not only has to think how can he defeat them, he's got to do it with minimal casualties, right? So this is like the game of chess that's starting now.
The last thing I want to say, I enjoyed watching Oui Oui. I enjoyed
Oui Oui.
so much. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's cute. He's got like
I
that
hope
cotton
everyone
candy
thought-
hair.
Yeah. His character is so funny on
Yeah.
TV. Much funnier. It's
like,
like 2.0. So funny.
Yeah. So, hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments down below. We'd love to read them and hear what you guys think. And I guess we're out. So we'll see you next week.
Next week.
Bye, y'all.
Peace out.